In less than 14 days, just 2 weeks, I have managed to set up a TikTok subscription and grow it to 27 paid members. As of the time of this recording, I have 27 paid members inside my TikTok subscription. So today we're going to be talking on the topic of TikTok subscriptions explained and everything that you need to know in case you want to do it too. So if this sounds like a topic you're interested in, do consider sticking around. If you are new to me, welcome. My name is Janine. I'm a live video strategist with nearly a decade's experience teaching you how to generate more leads, create those sales from your live stream content, and have a great time doing it whilst you build an active, dynamic community that converts. So before I start chomping on, welcome everyone and selling myself on a dream. Let me make sure that sound quality and everything is okay. It's got me old second device on the go. And it's already slam dunked me. Let me just see if I can hear myself, see myself okay. Yes, I can see myself, hear myself okay with the old device. How are you all doing as you come into the live stream? Do say hello. Welcome in, Robin. It's been a long time. I hope you are keeping well. And everyone else that is joining today's live stream, don't forget to give this a thumbs up if you get value from it. Hello, 2 for 2, Miss Rachel, own your wings. Well, welcome into today's live. It's good to see you all. Now, I don't want to have my name on the old brand. Let me just take that off. Let me know where you're jumping in from today. Why am I shouting? I don't want to just show my display name. That's not necessary on YouTube. You guys should know my name. Oh my gosh, you just saw, I just caught my phone before it slammed on the actual floor. It's good to see you. How has your week been so far? I am back on these YouTube live streams. I have to think about where I am because literally, oh my goodness, I have so much to share with you. You might be wondering why I'm talking quite a bit about TikTok. I am going to be talking quite a bit for the next few weeks about TikTok as I'm learning all the different skill sets that I have now learned since applying myself and taking the time to learn TikTok marketing. And we're not talking about it today, but I'm just going to mention it because I'm very excited. But I started a brand new TikTok account just 4 days ago, implementing strategies that I've been seeing and testing a few things. And I've grown that account in 4 days to over 1,000 followers. So I now can go live and I also can apply for the TikTok affiliate marketing program. But I'm not going to talk about that today because that's straying away from the topic. I will put this into chapters so you guys know where I'm at, what I'm talking about. But I really am excited to share with you how I was able to scale up and grow that account to over 1K in just 4 days, guys. And I've taken screenshots. I've documented it so far. So I'm not just throwing hot air out there. I'm actually sharing with you some things that I'm learning. And I'm going in on it. Hello, Miss Eileen. Miss Eileen wants to know about the old tickety talk. So Miss Eileen's like, I'm there. Good to see you. How are you? No meetings this afternoon, so you could be here. Well, it's lovely to have you here. So let me just take a pulse of the room. Are you actually on TikTok? Do you have a TikTok account? Are you active? Now, I know Rachel, Own Your Wings, and Miss Eileen, I know you both are on TikTok. And I know, Miss Eileen, you're now kind of not dipping your toe in, but you're being a bit more active with your TikTok, or maybe you always were, but I think I'm seeing more from you with regards to that. And I know, Rachel, now that you have, you've gone full time in your business, which I'm super proud of you for. Congratulations. I know now that you're looking at, a few things as well. But I also saw your post in the community group saying that timing for you at the moment, you want to go live, but timing is a bit limited for you. But hopefully this will encourage you. Now, some of the things that I'm sharing with you today is not anything new or beyond you if you're online, you're on social media and you're marketing anyway, and you're a live streamer. What I'm sharing with you is not going to be rocket science, but what I'm sharing with you is how I have been able to grow that membership. I started it just not even 2 full weeks ago. Tomorrow will be 14 days. 27 subscribers. 5 people signed up on my live stream today. 27 subscribers. They are active. I met with some of them on Friday. 2 of them upgraded to my next stage membership. 1 of them upgraded to my academy. And it's just been really amazing just to see how things are developing so quickly by just diversifying the strategy a little bit. Welcome everyone that is jumping into today's live stream. So Rachel said you're trying to figure out a strategy. Yeah, you definitely need to have a strategy in place. So every single one of us need to have a strategy in place. And like with anything, you have to give some time to it. You have to really be laser focused. And I think one of the things that I'm actually learning is that for me personally, if you're like me, I'm just going to have a moment of confession time. If you're anything like me, you might have done what I did and get stuck in maybe one way of doing things and thinking that that was the only way to do things, or that was the typical way to, the right way to do things. And for me personally, I did not, I kind of segued, put TikTok to the side, thinking it was not something that I wanted to focus on because I didn't think that there was much from it. And I've started listening and watching and connecting with and having some conversations with people. And I have just seen how quickly you can actually leverage that platform and monetize it through the various different features and integrate those features into your own marketing strategy. Because those of us that have our own businesses, Miss Eileen, Own Your Wings, Rachel, some other people, you already understand, right? You already understand how to sell and market your business from that perspective. But it's about marrying that up with what's available to you on TikTok. So I hope that today will kind of more or less whet your appetite more so than be telling you something that you don't know. But this is what I've been able to do. And in doing this, I have been able to grow to those 27 subscribers that are active. They're in my live streams. They're showing up every day. They're staying for the entire live stream. They're networking with each other. They're supporting each other. They're active in the community. It's insane how that has been able to happen. But I also want to say to you that TikTok is the first platform that I have seen since Periscope. I'm going to go out there and say it. When live streaming is at the forefront, is at the heart of things, and people are there for it. Like, people are there for it. It hasn't been like that in a long time. And because TikTok are pushing live stream, it's just working. It's a win-win for everybody. Now, how long that's going to stay, I don't know. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know how long it's going to stay that way. But right now there is an opportunity, and I want to encourage you to dial in. Miss Eileen says, I have been waiting for someone like you to show TikTok tutorials for over a year. I'm so grateful for your how-to tips. Oh, thank you, Miss Eileen. And I will continue to do so as much as I can. I've got a couple of requests that have come through the community. So I will start sharing a lot more. All right. So let's get into today's TikTok tea. We're talking about TikTok subscriptions. And are they worth it? So I certainly 100% I'm going to give you my perspective. So for those of you that are here live, or those of you that are watching on the replay, and TikTok is something that you're interested in, put into the chat or in the comments how many followers you currently have. Are you below 1,000? Are you over 1,000? Where are you at? Please let me know in the chat, because like with anything, like with YouTube, there are requirements to be able to unlock certain features on the TikTok platform. And so I'm just going to talk about some of those requirements from the viewpoint of just the subscriptions, because they have various different features that are unlocked, but you have to have certain thresholds. So whether it's 800 to be able to go live, that's TikTok's guideline now, that you need 800 subscribers. I say subscribers, sorry. Know where I am. You need 800 followers to unlock the ability to go live. But if you're consistently showing up on the platform, you'll know that you can typically, it varies from platform page to page, depending on your activity, depending on what you're sharing content about, but you can go live with a lot less. One of my pages where I have just 200 or so followers, I'm able to go live on that page. And now obviously with my new page that I grew in 4 days, I can go live on there. I'm now able to qualify for the TikTok affiliate program, which is why I started this completely new page. But as I said, I'll talk about that another time. So there's different levels, there's different thresholds. But just specifically for this, for the TikTok subscriptions, this is what you actually need. So like with anything, you have to meet TikTok's community guidelines. So I'm sure every single one of you under the sound of my voice, live or replay, are doing that. Otherwise, I'm sure your account would be restricted. But I would suggest if you want to familiarize yourself with what the guidelines are in the realms of setting up a subscription, then by all means do that. So in order for you to have a subscription, you need to have over 1,000 followers. Now, if you are looking online, some places it says that it's 10,000. It is not. They have changed it. It is 1,000. So as long as you've got over 1,000, also you're at least 18 years of age and you meet specific live eligibility criteria, because that's one of the things about the subscriptions. It's live subscriptions. So you have to have the functionality to be able to go live, and you have to be going live in order to activate it. So Own Your Wings says 402, but you can go live. Excellent. So going live is what you would need to 100% do. Miss Arlene says, I have a business account and they gave me access to subscriptions, but like I said, I need tutorials so I'll know how it works. Well, I'm happy to share more about that as well. And also it says here, I've been able to set up a subscription, but have no idea what I'm doing. So here's the thing that I want to say about subscriptions, right? So like I said, I'm not going to be sharing anything with you that's rocket science. You're all live streamers. But the thing about subscriptions is that a lot of people are saying, because when I set up mine, what I started to do was click onto a lot of people's subscriptions. So I would see people go live, I'd see that little star, and I would encourage you to do the same as well. And I was looking at what they were offering. And of course, via subscriptions, there are the default options that are there within TikTok. And then you have to choose what ones you want to add as part of your subscription. And then you choose what threshold you want to go in at, like what level. So for me personally, I did not choose the baseline £3 a month. I went to the next one. Now you can have multiple subscriptions. You can have them tiered. So low, mid, and then a higher premium one, and then change whatever the perks are within TikTok's abilities. But you can customize some as well. So I customize one of mine, and I'll tell you about that in a moment. And remind me if I do forget, because this is live. So you can have multiple tier memberships in there, but I think that can get a little bit messy. And then you can decide amongst that what you want to include. So a lot of people, if I'm being honest, the majority of the subscriptions are that people, because they know they can turn the button on, the feature on, they have. And it really is about figuring out how you can create exclusivity from that very, very default generic subscription. So when you're thinking about your area of expertise or the people that you want to connect with, then make that membership specific to them and personalize it as much as possible. Because if you go to my subscription, or what I'll do is I'll link my subscription at the end of this live stream, so you can go and have a look at my landing page. You don't have to sign up for it, but you can have a look at the subscription. You will see that I've made it as customizable as possible. So when you actually look at it, you can see visually, there is something visually that is exciting about signing up for my subscription. So if you're going to set one up, I would suggest that you don't just go for default. I want you to think about it, not blow your brains out thinking about, gosh, that was the wrong terminology to use. Sorry, hopefully I'm not going to get in trouble with this live stream. But, you know, don't kind of overthink it, because I was speaking to another creator friend and she was talking about having her subscription set up, but she didn't do anything with it. And so she didn't really know how to personalize it and how to make it valuable for her audience. Whereas I think a lot of the time you can ask your audience what they want, but also remember that some people just want to be in your space. People like to feel like they're part of community and there's exclusivity. So if you can think about a way to marry up your expertise, what you want to get out of it, but also making sure that you're adding that community element to it, then that's where it lies. But if you're just going to set it up default, I would say don't bother. It's just no point. By the way, guys, if you have any questions today about anything that I'm sharing, please do drop it into the chat. Also, as well, if you get to the end of the live stream, you think of a question, please go back and drop a comment on my channel. No question is silly. And please, if you're enjoying today's live stream, please don't forget to like and also share this out with others, because sharing is caring. All right, so we're going to get into today's topics. TikTok subscriptions, what you need to know. So by default, you can only utilize the subscription feature by going live. But what I want to say to you is that go live consistently. I was speaking on my TikTok live earlier today, which was absolutely insane. We had such a good session today, 50 plus people in the room, held it at around about 40. It was phenomenal. But what I was saying to people is that it's important that you get yourself on a schedule. Get yourself on a schedule. Whatever that schedule is, my friends, those of you that listen under the sound of my voice, get on that schedule. And because the thing is with TikTok, at the beginning, when you start going live, it can feel a little bit clunky because it goes out to the FYP. It's a really slow burn for people to get to the live stream. Oh my gosh. Then you have people jumping in and out. TikTok have talked about the 1 minute rule, that generally speaking, people are only watching about a minute of the live stream. Well, that's not true, right? And I know that I know Miss Eileen and also Rachel, Own Your Wings, this is not going to be a problem for you because you are live stream experts. Like, you know how to live stream. That's not going to be a problem for you in terms of holding the room, but it is for a lot of people. And just the nature of TikTok live can feel a little bit off-putting in the beginning. But I encourage you to be consistent, stay the course, and get on that schedule, because you will build a community around it. Because the way that live streaming is being structured on that platform now, I encourage you to go and just look at some lives, whether it's the shoppable lives or whether it's just general lives. Go and have a look at it, because there is a huge rise in creators that are turning up and they're there going live to sell their digital products and their coaching packages. There's a whole thing happening over there right now. All right, there really is. So now is the time for you to press and to lean in. So I want you to think about getting yourself on a schedule, figuring out and finding your cadence, and not digressing away from that, because TikTok will reward you. I promise you that once you start consistently showing up, TikTok will reward you. People are talking about, oh, TikTok, it's hard to grow on TikTok. Oh my goodness, no one's coming to lives. You can't get people to lives, all this stuff. That's absolute toot. I'm seeing that myself from growing a brand new account to 1,000 followers in 4 days. And I didn't do it by boosting any posts or anything like that. It's all organic, but I've been learning, and I'm learning it because I'm seeing a lot of the potential. Let's have a look here and see. We've got questions here. Hello, Twana. Thank you very much for being here. I appreciate you. Eileen says, how many badges did you upload? So when you say badges, are you talking about the actual stickers, the actual customized stickers that come up? So there is like a default badge that you have 4 letters that you can create. So my one's boss, right? So whatever the 4, some people have left the default one as sub, but you have 4 letters, and then that goes next to the person's name. In terms of my customized stickers, how many have I created? I think I've got about 30. I just created them in Canva, and I didn't create new either. I used from my actual branding, so my fonts, my color palettes, the specific text styles. I just created some stickers. You just create square images inside Canva, and then with your brand, your colors, whatever your slogans are that you want to use, then that's what you do. And then you just make sure that they're square, you center them, because they will be uploaded square, not circular, as you've probably seen in lives. And then they make sure that the text is really, the font's really easy to read, and that's it. So I think I've got about, you can upload as many as you want. I try to have a variety of different ones, but the team seem to be uploading the same ones. But it's really easy to, it's so easy to set up. If you would like to see me do a walkthrough of how to set up a subscription, then just make sure at the end of this video, not in this live stream, at the end of the video, can you go back to this video and just drop a comment, and then just put the word tutorial, and I will make sure. I was thinking of another word that'd be easy. I was going to go say tute, but that might sound a bit. So just put the word tutorial in the comments. If I see enough of them, then I will create a a step-by-step tutorial on how you can set it up, but it's really, really easy to do, like super, super easy. So don't overcomplicate it. The next thing is that you want to bring excitement and energy and excitement around it. So when I decided to set this up 2 weeks ago, I started to speak about the vision for it. So even though I didn't have a mission or a vision or specific core values for it, I made sure that I created around it. When I was actually speaking about it, I was talking about the intention that I had, that I wanted to create a standout community of live streamers on TikTok. And then I started speaking about all the exciting things that we're going to do. Obviously not over promising, because at the end of the day, it's a £4 subscription, right? And I made it clear to them, you're not going to learn your whole life and coaching and all the rest of it. It's just not possible. I'm not going to do that. But I still wanted to make sure that they felt like there was a purpose behind why they should sign up for it, right? So that's what I would encourage you to do, as I did, because it worked for me and I think it could work for you. Just make sure that you have that vision specifically around who it is that you want to target. And that's another thing as well. Obviously, it's going to be connected to your narrative, but make sure that you're speaking specifically to the people that you want to target. I hope that that is making sense. Thank you so much, Miss Eileen. I'll get to your questions in a moment, otherwise I'll never get through this. And I do want to jump off soon. My uncle's actually coming to visit in about half an hour or so. So I do want to make this, I do want to make this short and sharp. Anyway, I digress. I will put this into chapters for those of you that want to watch this on the replay. Energy, excitement, make sure that there is a clear vision, but also make sure that it's clear to whom you want to attract. The next thing is creating FOMO, creating the fear of missing out. So one of the things that I put into my membership subscription, I can never say that word, is that I put into that they would get quarterly meetups. Now, you don't have to do that because there is a customizable option, but I went for quarterly meetups and we had one on Friday. And so I made sure that there was an event that was exclusive for them that they did not want to miss out on. So I called it the Creator Meetup. I was like, we're going to get together, we're going to speed network and all of these things. Like, you need to, if you want to be there, and giving them the reason to speak into their desires, that drove more people in as well. So it doesn't have to be like a meetup on Zoom or anything like that. You could do something, because again, TikTok creates, you can do sub-only lives. You now have got the rooms where you can go live, multiple people, multi-guests, but you can do it in different formats where you can bring people onto the screen. Their video can be on there, their voice could be on there, or there are audio rooms, much like Clubhouse, all right? So a similar style, LinkedIn rooms as well, a similar sort of style. You can do that. Not many people are using that yet because they haven't figured out how to use it really. I've gone live using it a couple of times to test it. Sometimes it's been good, sometimes it's been poop. But so I haven't added that element into the strategy, but you can do that. So think about what events that you can create that's going to be just there's not going to be any heavy lifting for you, like you're going to have to exert any extra energy, but also think in mind how you're going to leverage telling them, driving people into the event, and how that you're going to make that then move into something else that you want to actually do. No problem. Rachel says, sorry, it might sound obvious, but how do you do sub-only lives? Is this off the TikTok platform? No. The sub-only lives are within, everything is within TikTok. So when I do my creator meetups, I did it via StreamYard. So I'll tell you in a moment what my strategy was to get them from TikTok onto my email list into where I wanted them to go, right? I'll tell you about that in a moment. But yeah, the sub-only, you can do sub-only chats. So you can go live generally to your general audience, and then you can tap to have it that it's only subscribers that can talk in your live. I did that by accident last week. I didn't mean to, but you can leverage that strategically as well. You can. So I want you to think about how you can do that as well, how you can create FOMO to drive more people into your membership, how you can create something that's going to incentivize them to take action. because that's what I do on my lives. If you ever come to my lives this week on TikTok, I'm live at 4 p.m. UK time. You'll notice that I'm forever incentivizing them to join in. So like I said, we've got another 5 members today. The next one is give shout outs. So this is something that I am very, very intentional with making sure that I am highlighting those who are part of the hashtag Boss Squad. So of course, when you become a subscriber, you have the little gold thing, much like here on YouTube, where if you subscribe to a specific channel, then you have your little badge and all the rest of it. There's things that it's the same thing over there on TikTok, the same thing. But it's about making sure that those people are highlighted, you give shout outs to, you pin those people, you know, you give them a moment, because like TikTok, you can pin somebody for 30 seconds. So I've been leveraging doing pins, obviously the stickers, when there's certain things that when certain people come in or that are part of my membership that I can clearly see from the gold badge, I'm using various sound effects to shout them out, so that not only do they know that they've been shouted out, but the wider community are like hearing a specific sound that I use, the DJ horn, right? I use the DJ horn specifically for my Boss Squad, as I call them, and I refer to them as that. They start throwing out their stickers, and then that gives me the opportunity to say, hey, if you want this, and it's not even just about that, this is what else you also get. And people want to, let me tell you something, you probably know this. Above anything, when it is a membership, whether it's a membership, a group coaching program, a free group, whatever it might be, right? A live stream, people want to feel like they're part of community. People want to be at the party. They want to be where the cool kids are. So if you're able to do that, and it might sound like it's, oh, like, what are you talking about? But you guys know, if you're a live streamer, you know, right? So leverage giving shout outs and be intentional with that. But in the beginning, when you're thinking about you haven't got anybody as yet, how do you incentivize the first person? Well, again, it's going to be about making sure that you're connecting with people. So those people that you see, draw people out, right? That's what I started doing before I had anyone subscribed. I started drawing people out. And if you've been around for any length of time, you know I do that very intentionally. Like I draw people out, I highlight them, and so I hook them in because like, oh, Janine's speaking about me. And then once I actually speak about that person and have given a bit of context, that incentivizes the person to stick around. It's the same principle. So you just do that at the beginning before you actually have subscribers. You do that, you draw and call people out. And then once you actually start getting them, then you give strategic shout outs. You see that throughout TikTok. So the next one is demonstrate the benefits. So one of the things that I will say to you is that sometimes people are a little bit shy to hit the, so when it comes to the subscriptions, there are 2 places, 2 calls to action. So there are your gifting goals that are above you, and they rotate, right? So the subscription star will rotate amongst your other gifting goals. But the subscription star, as you know, if you've got a subscription like Rachel, Own Your Wings, it sits at the bottom left-hand side of the comments box on your mobile. So people are a little bit skeptical to tap that because they think, oh my gosh, if I tap that, then it's going to mean that I'm going to pay. So obviously you need to be very, very, very clear to them that that doesn't mean that it's going to be that they immediately pay, but it just demonstrates the benefits. People are still a little bit shy to do that. So what I do is I use the green screen and I create a template, use it, the green screen effect, add the template to my live. And I don't do it every single day because what I try to do is make sure that I switch up my style of live streams. So some days I will use the green screen. Some days it's just me because everybody is a bit different. But when I want to show the benefits with a screen grab of my subscribers or of my actual membership, then it's on the green screen so people can visually see it. And as I said, I've made it quite visually pretty so they can see it on the green screen. And then that encourages them to then click the button and then to find out the perks and then to sign up. So essentially that's what you want to be doing. So a reminder for you of what you need to do. So I want you to think about getting yourself ready to be able to set up for a subscription is make sure that you're all of these things. But if you aren't yet at the 1K mark and you want to get there, make sure that you are number one, subscribe to this channel. Number two, turn your notifications on. Number three, check in my community post, because I am going to be doing a video, whether it's live or it's going to be recorded, where I'm going to be talking about how I have been able to organically grow to 1,000 subscribers, followers on TikTok. I don't know where I am, but using organic strategies, like in 4 days. And like I said, I've got my screenshots. I made sure I took that. My mentor, she was like, have you been documented? Have you got your screenshots, right? So I made sure I did that. Like I found somebody who was doing what I wanted to do on TikTok. I signed up for her program and I implemented some of the things that she taught on her program. I haven't even gone through the whole thing. And I actually implemented, and 4 days, 1K. So definitely make sure that you stay connected. Hello, Aaron, how are you? I hope you are doing well. So if you have any questions for me, like I said, please drop them in the comments below. I'm just going to check the chat now. Oh, why's my chat disappeared? Girl, my chat's disappeared. Oh, no, not chat, it's the comments. I'm in the wrong chat, private chat. I'm like, why am I in private chat? Let's have a look here and see. So we've got here, Twana said, thank you very much for your question. How do you get people to come into your live streams? Great question. So when it comes to getting people to come into your live streams, it's going to be a number of different things. Number one is going to be, thank you so much for that question. Let me just take that one down as well. So number one is going to be like having that consistent schedule and scheduling your live stream events. So people can RSVP and it's tagged onto your profile. What you can also do, once you've scheduled your events, you can add them to your videos. Now, previously with TikTok, you could only add live events to videos that you were getting ready to upload, not to ones that you already had on your profile. You can now do that. You couldn't before, but you can now add your live streams to old videos. So for example, if you've got a video that is performing really, really well or going viral, you can add that live event. So that's a way to drive traffic to your live that way. Again, you can use a pinned post, have a call to action in your description, in your bio. So for my description is live Monday through to Friday. I don't have the time on there because I don't have the space, but that's there. And then obviously my live event is on my profile as well. What I also do is leverage stories. I'm posting my live in stories and I'm being consistent with that. And I'm getting people to RSVP. But in your video content, in your pin posts, just think about all the features that are available on TikTok that you can use to leverage creating awareness around your content. Does that make sense? I hope that was helpful for you. And I think I answered your question, Rachel. How do you do sub only lives? Yes. Any other questions that you have for me before we wrap up today's live stream? Today we've been talking about TikTok subscriptions and are they worth it? TikTok subscriptions explained what you need to know. I can't say subscription. There are certain words that I can't say. Trajectory is one of them. I don't know why, but I can't. But I hope this has given you some food for thought, the things that you need to know. You are very, very welcome. Thank you so much for being here. Please make sure that you give this video a thumbs up. Please do share it if it's in your community tab or on another platform. And like I said, make sure that you stay connected to this channel because I will be talking about how I grew to 1,000. And there are some of you that may want to get to that point. You may already be at the point where you can go live, so you're not worried so much about that, but you may want some other access to some other features like subscriptions, etc. So, or like, for example, for me, now moving into the TikTok affiliate program, because that's why I started a new account. I did not want to mix my messaging up. And that's something that, again, I'll talk about more when I actually share about the account. But one of the things that I didn't want to do, I wanted to get started or apply to be in the TikTok affiliate program. I, on my main profile, have over 4,000 followers, but that is educational content and that is connected to my coaching, my digital products and services. So I didn't want to start creating shop content on that page because I'm like, that's going to mix up the messaging and that's going to mess up my I don't want my marketing. I don't want to do that. So I was like, do you know what? I made the decision even though I had another page, which again is connected to live streaming, but more community focused, I still didn't want to mix up the messaging there either. So I was like, do you know what? I'm gonna take it for the team, and I'm going to do it. But I made sure that I got myself educated. I hired somebody to help me, and I got it done. Absolutely 100%. 100%. I agree that you need to do more on there. Yeah, a lot of people are sleeping on TikTok. And I went to TikTok HQ in May. I went to see, they had a presentation. Thank you, Aaron, for that. I'm going to come to you in a moment, Rachel. They did a presentation about setting up TikTok agencies to help live creators, and they approached me about it. And initially, I'm just to share with you for a moment. Initially, I was super excited about it. And then I thought about it and I thought, no, not with my area of expertise and where I'm at and what I want to do and how I want to, how that will not complement, even though they were like, we were really complimented. I'm like, if you want me in here, TikTok, you need to hire me as a consultant. I ain't coming in to do that. But the point I'm making is that I was privy to a lot of information. I had to sign an NDA, so I can't get into it. But I was privy to a lot of the data around live streaming. And a lot of people, even though you think, oh, well, you know, the opportunity is past, so it's just shop content or ads or whatever at the moment, but there's no space for me. Trust me when I tell you, there absolutely is space for you and I on there. And I'm, as I said, I'm already a mindset shift and just a little bit of a shift to my business model. And now I am seeing like crazy, crazy results. No problem, Rachel. You said it's freezing for you. Rachel says, definitely need to start these lives, then work on the subscription. Yeah, absolutely 100%. And you'll get there in no time. All right, guys, thank you so much for being here. If you want to know more information about this, definitely 100% stay connected. I'm going to link in the description how you can sign up for the TikTok subscription as well. Also, underneath that, you will see information for joining the creators membership, which is £10 a month. So if you want to stay connected, up to date on trainings, and you want access to quarterly networking, then that's the membership to sign up for. And then of course, if you want all of that plus audit, trainings, co-working, Q&A, then sign up for the Academy membership. All of the information is linked down below. So I guess that's it now. I think we are done. Thank you so much. If you want more TikTok tips, I'm going to encourage you to check out the video that pops up there. It's not there at the moment whilst we are live, but those of you that come back on the replay, definitely go and check that out. And I will be live back here next week, 2 p.m. EST, 7 p.m. UK time. Have a great rest of your week and stay connected. Take care. Bye.